On today's episode of Relishing Our Meals, we're going to be relishing egusi soup today. Okay? Now, this is what egusi soup looks like. Yes, come with me and I'll show you the step-by-step method of making this delicious soup. Right, so let the oil melt under the sun, but guess what? The sun is not as hot as back home, so it didn't really do the job, and I brought it back inside to continue to melt. I've brought out some of my ingredients from the freezer, some of them from the fridge, because we have to store for such a long time here. Okay, now I pour the hot water on the oil to get it to start dissolving, because it takes time to get it to be fluidy, to come out from the gallon. Now I'm going to show you just a display of the ingredients. Any meat of your choice is great, but I've used beef. That's the oil, red palm oil. This is the main thing, melon seeds called egusi. It's really, really nice. I have here blended ingredients. This one is Okpeyi. This one is also thickens it, but you don't have to put it. And there's the dry pepper, the dry Uziza, and then some dry fish, Onugbo, and some stockfish. I also have crayfish. First step is to get the harder bits out of the way by putting some hot water into your stockfish to get it to get softer, okay, and to remove some of the probably chemicals in it or whatever. I also have my Onugbo. It's bitter leaf. I boil it to get the bitter taste out of it, and also mash it a little so that the bitter taste leaves the Onugbo. So that's me putting it in the pot and taking it to the fire. Okay, the next thing is to show us how I boil my meat. I only put onions, salt, and seasoning cubes. This is soup, so you don't need to put thyme or anything like that. Yeah, it's just local soup, so you want that local taste. Okay, and I add just a little water. Okay, no, you can decide to steam it, to marinate it, especially if you've only bought the meat, but this meat is coming from the freezer, so I'm just cooking everything straight ahead. And by that time I'm washing off my fish, making sure that it's very clean, and I set it aside. Right, so you can see that the Onugbo is boiling. The next thing I do is to add the fish, and then this is prepared dry fish as well. Because it's softer, I want to meet the meat halfway when the fish will continue to boil, and they'll all be ready at the same time, because if I put it at this stage, they'll all disappear. Okay, so because I'm making such a large quantity of soup, I've put that much water in it. Now the next step is blending our dry ingredients. I'm blending the dry ones with this tiny blender first. So what I've said is, previously we would have pounded these things in the mortar, and it was much tedious compared to these days when we have to blend things. Life is much easier. Okay, so once I'm done blending the dry ingredients, the next thing is to start blending the melon seeds. Guys, I have a new method that my brother taught me how to. My younger brother taught me how to blend melon, because sometimes when you're blending it dry, you have to spend so much time to get it to be as blended as you want. But he showed me how to make it even much easier. So now I'm cutting my osu. So osu is it's like in the family of mushrooms. I think it's just a fungus. What it does is to make the soup thicker. Okay, so you can use that. People also use different thickening agents to cook their soups, and most times I don't use it. I only use it because my grandma brought it for me when she was coming. So intermittently you check on your meat, and I think the meat is done at this stage. All right, and then I add my fish for them to continue to boil together. Have you liked the page at this time? If you're enjoying the video so far, I think it's just prudent to like. Thank you so much for all your comments in the previous videos, and I really, really appreciate them. So this is my grandma. My grandma is I don't know what to call it in English. She's massaging on our onugbo. She's massaging it so that it loses that bitter taste that bitter leaf comes with. And then she's cutting it into little bits, because when it's egusi you're cooking, you don't want to cut it. You don't want to let the egusi, the bitter leaf, run like in long strands. So this is me blending the melon seeds. That's the egusi. I've added a bit of water, and guys, this does the magic. It makes it much faster. And look at that, it just comes out as a paste. You're not wasting unnecessary time trying to blend your melon seeds. And that's it, all done. Yeah, easy peasy. Thanks to my brother for this little hack. Okay, so because my meat was completely done, I don't want to continue cooking the melon seeds with the meat inside, so I'm bringing them out. When I was taught how to make egusi soup by my mom, she would cook the meat to near done and then continue to cook the melon seeds, so the meat boils into the melon seeds as well. But I've kind of modified it. I don't add pressure to my life. If I wasn't looking at my meat boiled quickly, and then the meat in this place I find is softer as well, what I do is to bring out the meat, cook my soup, and then reintroduce the meat inside. So any way can work. Now I'm adding the melon, the blended melon inside with the spices as well, guys. And I'll just let this just to boil, and you can perceive the aroma. It just smells really lovely. Cover that and let that boil. I forgot to mention that you have to add your palm oil as well, and let everything just boil, combine and mix, and just enjoy the aroma. Have you liked this video up to this stage? If you're watching it up to this stage, then you really enjoyed the video, and I think you should like it. Just give it a thumbs up. Continue to check it intermittently until the melon seed is well cooked. You don't want to eat it raw. I would say about 20 to 30 minutes should be all right. Okay, now when I think it's well cooked, I add back my meat so that the meat gets the yummy flavor from the soup as well, and I cover it and continue to let that cook. Okay guys, there's something I decided to do that day. I decided to split the soup into two, or was it three? I split it so that I could enjoy the soup with two different vegetables that I love. I think I had fresh ugu, so I wanted to have the flavor of fresh ugu as well as the flavor of fresh onugbo, right? That's the bitter leaf. If you don't have these two, what I majorly use here in the UK is what do you call it? Spinach. Spinach gives it a fresh taste. It's lovely as well. So I think, yeah, I said it, I split it into three, and I'm putting some melon seeds, some onugbo in this one, and some fresh ugu into this one. And what I've left this one was, I left this one because I wasn't sure which one I'll be topping up with. You know, I could top up the main egusi into either of the two. So yeah, just be creative and enjoy yourself. Okay, so that's this one with the ugu, and that's how it looks. And then the one with the onugbo, that's the bitter leaf. Onugbo is bitter leaf. So now that the soup is done, the next thing is to make the swallow. So today I'm making oatmeal. I've only blended my own oatmeal in the shop. You know, I just bought the normal oatmeal from the shop, and I've blended it myself. And if you remember our viral video of eating oatmeal, yeah, so I'm just blending this because my grandma doesn't like to eat anything else that is not either akpo. It doesn't have to be gari. And this is the oatmeal here. Yeah, I'm going to show you how I got that shape that you saw in the beginning of the video. So just like you're baking anything, you know, just that's it. And then I start wrapping. So after kneading everything and rolling it out with the rolling pin, I'm then wrapping them just to retain the heat. And that's me. You guys know my favorite part of my videos is enjoying my meals, right? This is me enjoying and relishing my meat, eating my fish, eating my meat. Guys, this was really yummy. As you can see, very rich in color and rich in aroma, and oh my goodness. Please like, share and subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.